Bro, I thought I wasted my entire day when I would literally went to these people. Not even these people, it's basically my basketball academy team that I've basically been avoiding for a couple of months. And I just decided that since my coach wanted me to, he was asking me to come and I said I would. When it was actually time, I remember just sending him a message. And I remember in the morning when I woke up, I was literally wondering to myself, like, what the flip did I even say yes for? Because I was changing. I remember I woke up at 4:45 a.m. I felt like I was wasting my time, but it was too late because my dad already sent the payment for transport and everything. So I was just wondering, I don't even need to go here because I really felt like it was best I just started coming to practices first instead of just randomly coming to a tournament, because then I started imagining the fact that most of the teammates, all of them actually, that I would be surrounded with on the bus and everything, would just be these little ADHD, instant gratification driven, immature little childlike type of annoying people, especially like these two flipping like twin girls that I knew were coming on the team to the trip. But I was just annoyed at them because, man, they literally just yap about the stupidest things. Like, you can imagine that, like, attention seekers, and they annoy me every single time I'm around them. Not that I try to entertain them, but the way they just speak, boy, and people just talking about this couple and this. So you know what? Since it was already time and I woke up, I just went to the flipping, I got ready as fast as possible. I went to the flipping bus. And as soon as I got there, when I was with my dad, like, we were in the car, we were at the garage, like the fuel garage place that they said we are gonna meet up there, where the bus is gonna come and take us to the different town in our province, in our country, so that we can go and do the one-day tournament and come back as a basketball academy. Immediately I was feeling left out because everybody else that was already there were people that knew each other because they kept on going to practices. And keep in mind, I have not been going to practices for a long time. More so, I've just been only going to the gym. I haven't really involved the basketball. So it's like, it just felt awkward because I stayed in the car there. My dad was like, nah, it looks like you're gonna have to stay there. The bus wasn't even arrived yet. So it looked like everyone was just waiting, standing in their own groups. And I instantly noticed that not even one of the guys I was actually closer to, who also is like one of my basketball teammates, not really a friend, but some guy who I usually just speak to more than normal. But you know the situation, bro. Most of these guys are just like normal teenagers nowadays. All of them scroll, all of them watch TikTok. I'm obviously trying to live the self-improvement type of life where I'm not trying to just brain rot myself with everything. So it's like, he wasn't even there. And I was actually very surprised. So eventually my dad just told me to get out of the car and wait like everybody else. I immediately got out, walked into like the flipping little garage area where they usually sell like snacks and stuff. I wasn't going to buy, but I just saw like a few people standing there. Then there was like another group standing right outside of the entrance. I just went inside and awkwardly just stood there. I stood there feeling awkward as crap. I started wondering if I could go back because I really thought I just wasted my time. Eventually the bus came and I genuinely saw the coach coming in, and he didn't even bring like that other guy who I was expecting to come, who I was kind of close with, because I knew if he came, things were gonna be a little bit better for us because maybe I'd be able to talk to him, but it wasn't like that, man. So when I noticed that he even chose not to come, even though he was already on the list, because the thing about me was, I wasn't even initially on the team list, but I was a basketball teammate that my coach knew. Like, he already knew that I was basically like the best guy there. Like, I'm the best guy who was supposed to be playing. It's just that it's been a long time since I've been coming to practice, so I was actually expecting not to go. But here I was, like 6 a.m. in the morning. I'm inside of the bus, sitting next to one of those annoying, like flipping attention seeker type of girls. Like the skinny one who's literally just always yapping and yapping. Like, it was annoying, bro. I'm telling you, it was annoying. Just when I was sitting there, I really just felt like cringing out. Because I was wondering to myself, am I even going to go back? Why am I even here? Because I was completely left out. Even though I knew I was not there to be social, I knew I was there to actually go to the tournament and play. So it's like that's the only thing I could focus on. The only thing I could focus on was actually making sure I did not waste my day going on that trip with the basketball academy that I haven't been to in a while. Even though I knew maybe like the social aspect and the dynamics, everything just felt weird because I was left out. Nobody was expecting me to join. It's like I just came out of nowhere. So much resistance. But guess what? I couldn't go back. The payment was already made by my dad. I could not go back home. I could not do anything about it. So I literally just sat there in the bus as we were traveling. And I was just thinking to myself, flip it. The only thing that was literally coming in my head, bro, the only thought that I kept on getting in my head when we were getting to the venue, because we were like gonna go and like hoop on some other courts outside of our town to go and compete with like a few other teams for like money or something. Just a little tournament for the academy, right? Because the last one that we did, the one before, like the one that we did yesterday from the time I'm recording this, that one I was actually prepared for it. That one I was actually coming to practices, I was always with my teammates and things, so it didn't feel awkward. It didn't feel like I was, but this one, it just felt like I was wasting time. I was really thinking to myself, man. But then I also realized that I genuinely aligned my whole week towards preparing for the tournament since I heard about it from random people. And I knew I was going to go somehow. So at that point, I literally just sat in the bus and I stopped trying to cry in my head about the fact that, I regretted everything. Yo, I need to take a dump, I won't lie. I just forced myself to just only focus on the fact that I need to make as much use as possible out of the decision that I made. Because I already made the decision I'm going to the tournament. So I was already in the bus going to the destination. So at that point, I was like, flip this. I'm going to make sure even if I'm not on the starting five, when I get on, I am going to play hard so that my coach can see it, so that everybody can see it, and so that I can fulfill myself and not actually end up coming back home the same day feeling like I actually wasted my time because I already made the decision, and boom, that's what I did. We went to the court, we did our first game, and I was playing hard. I was really trying to score as much as I could. I couldn't really dunk, even though I usually dunk, because it was actually a very long time since I hooped properly against other people. So my performance was not really there, but it was up there. Like, it was definitely not like bench level performance where my coach could clearly see that this guy did not play in a long time. He looks like he's not even like comfortable or anything, so he just subs me off. The moment I was subbed on, because I wasn't even on the starting five, I was immediately like scoring buckets, immediately getting rebounds, immediately defending. It was like I never even left the basketball academy for a while, or like stayed away from it. And that was when I was really like playing. I was enjoying, and like fine, I was getting a bit tired because maybe I was a bit out of shape. But besides that, man, even though there was some technical difficulties I was struggling with, like I couldn't really dunk the way I used to, even though like the teams we were playing against were not even like that high pressure, and it was just this mini tournament. I actually ended up coming back from that experience, coming back from that day in the same bus. This time around, we finished getting food at like the food courts. I usually don't eat like junk food, but I had to get myself a little KFC wrap because I just had to make up for the calories. I had no choice. It was already getting late in the evening. So when we were driving back, I'm literally just there sitting in front of the bus again. Because of course, like I said, I was literally left out, bro. I couldn't sit at the back of the bus. It's not even that I wanted to. I just had to. I was kind of like just like shoved into the front seat, like the front seat with the driver. Like I was literally shoved at the place that nobody wants to be. So that's when I remember when I was first leaving my town, I really felt like I wasted my day being there. I just felt like I felt so awkward. I felt so off. Because I was even like forced to sit next to one of these like skinny attention seeker girls who just yap about nonsense. They literally yap about, I was friends with the guy from this other basketball tournament. They literally talk about other guys when they're sitting next to her. Like, you can imagine how like, it felt like I was I was trying not to get my testosterone levels destroyed, okay? But it's like I was coming back, like I said, in the same bus. It's nighttime. I've eaten. This time around, I'm sitting next to like another random teammate, but this time around, it's like somebody who I actually kind of like, I'm better with him because he's younger than me. He's actually friends with like my younger brother. And of course, he's like one of those, like I said, brain dead, like, copers who play video games and stuff. But he's better, he's not like the yapper. Like, I was just sitting next to him in front with the driver. The driver, you can imagine, he's on the right, on the driver's seat. Because you know how our bus is, bro. Like, there's always the front of the bus. That guy's sitting right next to the driver. I'm sitting right next to that guy. All of us are in the front, all three of us. We're driving back, and the driver just starts playing like this, like this lit music, like this bass, where the bass is good, like, that good, like, party vibe, or like, like just nighttime. Like, the music was suiting the vibe because it was nighttime, like literally dark. We are literally leaving like the city, like the main city area, center area of the town that we travel to. We are going back. We're literally driving out of it, and like we can see the buildings, the lights and everything. It just looks so peak, The music literally suits everything. And it actually gets everybody in the bus into a mood where people are jumping up and down, like kind of just having fun, like jamming to the music. Even me, I felt like kind of jamming to the music, but I'm not trying to completely submit to being a degenerate or something that's, dopamine. But I was feeling it, bro. I literally barely looked at my phone. I barely touched my phone the whole day. Completely away from social media, completely away from everything. Just playing basketball, just hooping, staying under the sun. It felt peak, bro. Like we were coming back, the night. We're just driving, we're exiting the city. The view is so nice. I'm just chilling there in front. And that was when I realized that I did not regret it. And I was actually quite satisfied that I made the decision. Like, I was actually like, yeah, I was supposed to do this. And I actually made the right decision to force myself to somehow make this a good day. Even though at the beginning it felt like it was going to be a bad day because I thought I made the wrong choice. You see? Because even one of the guys that I was expecting to come on the trip, that I was kind of close to and I could kind of relate to, he didn't show up at all. And I didn't bother about him. I just went and boom, just like that I enjoyed. Like that day was flipping, it was good. Came back home, it was nighttime, like I said, peak music, like a literally nice night view. It was only because of one like mental concept where I really need to take a dump, I'm sorry. But it's one concept, one mental concept that you need, like when you are literally in a situation where it doesn't matter if it's the same type of thing as me, but instead of just hoping for your situation to be easier, like maybe something happened to you or you're struggling with this financially or something, instead of hoping for things to literally be easier, hope for you to be a harder person, if you get what I'm saying. Like, of course, there's this saying that I heard which says, wish not for a lighter load, but for a stronger back, which basically means you don't wish for the weight that you are trying to lift to be lighter so you can lift it. You hope for your muscles to literally be stronger so you can lift the heavy weight. So what it basically means, bro, like I hope you're getting the common sense here and you're not just being dumb. But even if you're thrown with a random situation like I was, where you didn't really want to be there but you had no choice but to be there, instead of continuing to complain about your environment, about the low quality people you don't want to be surrounded with, just think to yourself, how can I make this a positive experience for myself as much as possible with my morals, with my values? How do I actually force this to somehow not go to waste? How do I actually make sure that I strive from this situation instead of me letting it to just destroy me because I think that the situation should somehow get easier? Because I thought my situation was supposed to get easier by randomly being able to actually leave the bus and just go back home like midway, because I was really thinking, yo, I don't want to be a part of this. Like, this is annoying. I was sitting next to this flipping weird, annoying girl. who's just yapping and so annoying, just attention seeker. But I just remembered that I'm here for basketball. I am here to literally play my sport. I am here to express myself. I'm here to literally be under the sun, get some cardio in, which is healthy. And I maximized on that, bro. I maximized on all of that. I was under the sun the whole day, getting good vitamin D, test boost and everything. For your information, my balls were literally a lot more full before, like before I went to the tournament, before I played. And when I came back home, my balls were literally fuller. I know that sounds weird, but that just means like the vitamin D, the sunlight, and yeah, dude, I feel a lot better. So just take this into consideration. You never wish for the situation to get easier, but for you to just strive for it yourself. Okay? It doesn't have to be the same type of thing as me. Just apply it to life, bro. Because this is what I do. Yeah.